$7.49 to be able to get this home. Oh boy, this is gonna be good. You brought out your book. This is gonna be really good.
I got the whole thing. I got a price break. I got $149.95 off $169.95. The $20 savings is because of palladium. You know, guy, I got sets and I can sell them to you for basically you can sell them for $20 less. And I said, okay, how many you got? Well, I got like 500. I haven't had these. Do you have it on your card? I don't think I've sold these in quite some time.
No, since June.
Since June. So we're months and months and months ago, and I'm sure they were $169.95.
For sure.
So I've got a price break. So here's what this is. This is all the Susan B. Anthony dollars. Every date, every mint mark, and here are the key coins. And I'll go through all the coins here, but these are the coins. These are the secret Susan B. Anthonys. Do you realize they made Susan B. Anthony dollars in 1999? No, almost nobody does. They didn't release them into circulation. They weren't in the mint sets. They weren't in the proof sets. They basically sold them at the mint stores. And they didn't make any of them. They are some of the rarest, most difficult to get, most expensive regular issue United States government coins ever released for those three Susan B. Anthony dollars. But let's go back to 1979 when they released the Susan B. Anthony dollar. In 1979, the United States government decides that they want to do a dollar coin to try desperately to replace the dollar bill. The reason for that being is it would save the government literally tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars a year, because coins last far longer than bills. So they released the Susan B. Anthony, the very first time that a woman has specifically been honored on a circulating United States government coin. One problem, it's almost the exact size of a quarter. And it was a fiasco from the beginning. Not because of Susan B. Anthony, that was extraordinarily well received and is to this day the first woman ever specifically honored on a circulating coin, but because of the size of the coin, the fact that it was the same color, you know, of the quarter and all those things. So it just didn't work out. It followed, remember, the Eisenhower dollars, which were too big and too bulky. So they're trying to make the dollar coin. And so they only made it for 3 years, 79, 80, and 81. They desperately tried to get these out into circulation. Notice there's 4 coins. Normally we have a Philadelphia mint, a Denver mint, and then an S mint proof coin. That's the way everything has worked since basically 1968. But in an effort to try to get the Susan B. Anthony dollars out there, they did a Philadelphia mint uncirculated, a Denver mint uncirculated. These coins are all brilliant uncirculated. They also did a San Francisco mint uncirculated. As a matter of fact, the last circulating San Francisco minted coins ever done by the United States government are these coins right here. The 79, 80, and 81 Susan. Now these are not circulated. These are all gem brilliant uncirculated and gem proof. And then in 1999, just before they started the Sacagawea golden dollar, which they made golden and a little bit thicker to try to get it so it wasn't a quarter, they inexplicably made the Susan B. Anthony dollar in 1999. Now, so this is the entire set. People always ask me, what is this? Well, the fact of the matter is it's a 15 coin set. And as nature abhors a vacuum, so do I. And there were 16 holes in here. So I colorized a Susan B. Anthony dollar and put it in there, so you have a nice way to see that. There you go. There's a nice look at the Susan B. Anthony dollar that we've colorized as an extra bonus coin, which is usually you pay about $7.99, $8.99 for those. So at $149.95 for 16 coins, you're paying, what's that, $8 a coin, $7.50 a coin. Right? As I look in the nationally advertised catalog, if you were to buy these coins individually, okay? Now remember, we're charging about $7.50 a coin. The 1999 coins, $27.50, $28.50, $45. That's $100 right there. Okay, that's $100 right there for the 99s because they were never released in circulation, no mint sets, no proof sets. So that's almost the price. By the time you figure in the airtight holders, the price of the box, these 3 coins and the colorized coin, you're at $149.95. And you're like, well, what are the 81s worth? I mean, I know, these are all gem brilliant uncirculated and the proof. What are they worth? $2 or $3 a piece? How about $15.95, $15.95, $13.95, $17.95? That's another, what do we got there? That's $60 or so. Right. So now that's an extra 60. Basically, same price here, same price here. So you're about you're almost $280 basically, coin by coin, if you try to buy them individually. Then, every single one of these coins comes in their own individual airtight holder as well. Those are 59 cents a piece. By the way, check this out. We're about to come up on the anniversary of the Apollo moon landing. We're about, we're 50 years on that right now. I mean,
oh, wow.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge thing. And if you'll notice, that's the moon, folks. That's us landing on the moon, and that's the Earth. This was commemorative to that right there. This was on the original medal that was designed by the original Apollo 11 astronauts, as a matter of fact, and that's how it found its way onto this coin. The medal that they literally took into space, the Apollo medal. That's the reverse of the Apollo medal. And then you did this on the Susan B. Anthony on the reverse. So you've got that. Each one of the individual coins in their own airtight holders, each one of these gem brilliant uncirculated, each one of these gem proof. Now this is another interesting thing. This proof Susan B. Anthony dollar, proof coins have basically all been made at the San Francisco Mint since 1968. That was made at Philadelphia. One of the first Philadelphia modern issue Philadelphia proof coins ever made by the United States government. That's one of the reasons. Never in the proof set. That's why that coin's easily $40 to $60 to go out there and find it. Certified, I think we sell it for about $199 on hsn.com. Might be $129, but certainly just for that coin by itself. Here's the other number one best part. This is complete. This is every mint mark and every year of the Susan B. Anthony dollar. There's no other modern issue set that you can get for $149.95. A complete set of Lincoln cents is going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. A complete set of Washington quarters will cost you, in top quality condition like this, thousands of dollars. Same for the dimes. The Lincoln cents are crazy. If you look even at the Eisenhower dollars, I think when we have the entire set of those, we're about $699. So you have the entire set. The first circulating United States government issue coin that honors and commemorates a woman is the Susan B. Anthony dollar, and for $149.95 you get the entire collection with the bonus colorized coin in there as well. How easy is that to collect for a gift for yourself as we're coming into the holiday season with our holiday returns? We've made it as easy. Customer pick at $169.95. Absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely. Only airing, only chance to be able to get this. And so don't forget, the advantage for you is that you get that sale price and you've got the flex pay, but it's only for this show, only for this airing. Very popular, as you might imagine. Take advantage of the flex pay. Don't forget, it's free, and those are interest-free payments. And you are more than welcome to read the reviews. As a matter of fact, I encourage you to actually read the reviews. If you have a moment, you can go onto our website and check that out, where there's more that we want to showcase for you.
Now, I just showed you the three-piece gold set.
Yes.